Chris, you're quite literally just got your feet under the desk in a new role. Just talk us through what you're doing and how that came about.
Yeah, I started at the end of August as head of off-field player development. So my remit is basically anything that doesn't involve a rugby ball and a rugby field with the players is to try and develop them off the pitch. So really looking forward to it. It's a hugely important role. I'm going to be working very closely with Ben McGregor and the RPA to try and facilitate all the needs of the players off the pitch. And it's great to be back involved at Wasps.
You've obviously got that background. When you were still a player, you were on the board of the RPA for 2 years. How has that eased your transition in and set you a foundation for what you're doing now?
Yeah, I think you see the other side of life, and obviously you have to deliver excellent standards on the rugby field, and that's a given as a rugby player. But when you get involved in certain businesses, there's exactly the same as expected of you in the business environment. So it's great to have that exposure and that experience to that environment, and it's hugely rewarding for me, and I learned a lot from it. So hoping to pass on what I've learned to the players in my transition of late from unfortunately having to retire. But also there's plenty of things that I need to learn and I want to develop as well. So I'm going to hopefully go on this journey with the players, and it's a huge part of the game to make sure that their off-field side of the game of them as a person is as strong as it possibly can be.
Wasps are obviously in a position now where they can invest in off-field development plans like this one, and it's a clear indication that this is a priority for the club now.
Yeah, Derek and David really have put it right up the top of their list of agenda, really, because it's a huge element of the club. We want players to be happy, we want players to really love playing for the club, and part of that is having a support system around off the field to know that they're actually getting somewhere and they're going places they want to go. So it's a big project. I mean, to get it off the ground from scratch, it's going to take a lot of hard work to get going, but there's a full buy-in from the top of the club right down to the bottom, and the players have been fantastic. You learn a vast amount of great skills from playing rugby at any level, and no doubt at the top level, especially internationally, it's a very high pressure situation. So to take the skills you've learned in those environments and transfer them into a business environment is hugely rewarding. If there's play on both sides where you can add value both sides, and you come out of rugby as an elderly rugby player, you're 35 years old, but in the real world it's actually relatively young, and to start another career or start another business at that time is hugely challenging. So we're hoping to ease that transition and make it as smooth as possible.
The RPA obviously do a brilliant job, but how much is it going to affect the boys having you on site working away on the club side every day?
Yeah, I work very closely with Ben McGregor and Damien Hopley from the RPA and Richard Bryant as well. So I want the best for the players, and so do they. So we're going to do our utmost to make sure that we can help them as much as we can, and if that help comes directly from Wasps or from the RPA or a mixture of the two, as long as the players are moving forward and they're happy with the service that they're getting from the RPA and from Wasps, and they're interested in being looked after, then that's the main thing. So it's a hugely positive partnership with them. They've got great experience in this. The player development programme has been running really successfully for 10 years, so it's great that the club has invested money and time and effort into this programme as well.
This is obviously a very interesting time for Wasps as a club. You were forced to retire, but obviously really pleased to be back involved and be involved in the club as it's moving forward.
Yeah, there's some really exciting challenges ahead of the club. Obviously the relocation to Coventry has gone far better than anyone could have ever dreamt of, and it's going to be another challenge to get everybody up there full time, and it's great. It's a fantastic group of people at the club. From everyone that works here is really putting the club in the right direction, and it's a great place to be. It's a very vibrant club, but we can't stop. We've got to just constantly move. It's the nature of professional rugby. If you stop running on that treadmill, you fall off very quickly. So yeah, it's very exciting. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get to run around on the field as much, but I'll run around the office a bit here and there.
Brilliant. Yeah. Cheers, Chris. Great to have you involved.
Thanks, Ben. Cheers.